Hello and good morning, students. In today's class, we'll start a new chapter, that is chapter number 5 of our science book, Coal and Petroleum. Okay, so as this is the first class of this chapter, this class will be an introductory class. I'll make you introduce with the terms, mainly about the topics which will cover in this chapter. In this chapter, we will cover mainly coal, what are the different sources of coal, uses of coal, and other properties of coal. Similar with the case of petroleum also, sources of petroleum, different uses and different properties of it, and how we obtain it, mainly how we obtain these things. So what is coal? All of us know, right? We get coal from two sources. One is from fossil and another is from burning of wood, right? From these two sources we get coal. And petroleum we also get from fossil fuel, right? Petroleum we get from fossil fuel. So both of these are found mainly on the earth crust. So let us begin with the materials that are present in nature are useful to us in fulfilling our basic needs are called natural resources. So what is natural resources? All those materials which are present in nature and are useful to us in fulfilling our basic needs. For example, air. Air is a natural resource because air is available in nature, right? And it is useful to us in fulfilling our need. Which need? We breathe air, right? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, these things. Then water. Water is also available in nature and it's fulfilling all our basic needs. We need water for living. Similar in case of soil, coal, petroleum, minerals and plants, all are available in nature and these are not made by any human being. These all are made by nature, right? Air, water, soil, then your plants, animal, everything is made by nature. So these are known as natural resources. Okay, so natural resources can be limited or it can be unlimited. For example, if you consider about air, water, then it is unlimited. But at the same time, for example, take example of water. In your locality, water is unlimited, right? Everywhere, in rain, river, in pond, everywhere there is water. But quality drinking water, if you want to drink one glass of water, that is limited. You have to drink from the filter, right? You cannot drink from the drain or river, right? Directly from river. That means it can be limited or unlimited based upon the use and consumption. So where is unlimited water, there is normal water is unlimited. But if you talk about fresh drinking water, it is limited. Then plants, you can say plants is unlimited, right? But if you constantly start deforestation, that means cutting the plants, what will happen? After a certain period of time, plant will become limited. Similarly, it is in case of animals also. If you start killing animals, for example, if I ask you how many number of cows and goats are there in your village, you will say that sir, there is in n number of cows and goats in our village, we cannot count, this is too many. But from tomorrow, if you start killing all cows and buffaloes and goats in your locality, after 2 or 3 months, they will become limited. You will rarely see any cow because you are killing it. So whether a resource, natural or man-made, okay, it remains limited or unlimited, depends upon our activity. This is why we all need to save the natural resources. So depending upon the abundance and availability, abundance means how much it is, okay, and availability means is it available every time. For example, if I talk about sunlight is available in daytime, at night it is not available. This is the meaning of availability, okay. So here what we are doing, depending upon the abundance, that means how much is present, and availability, that is consistency of various natural resources, we can broadly categorize them into two groups. One is inexhaustible natural resources, inexhaustible, and the next one is exhaustible natural resources. So we can classify them into two types, inexhaustible and exhaustible. So let us first go with inexhaustible natural resources. So what are these inexhaustible natural resources? These resources are nothing but are present in unlimited quantity. You use as much as possible, they will never become limited. This chances is less. Okay, there is no chance, but it may happen, but there is almost zero chance, or 0% chances. So the examples of this type of resources: sunlight. Use as much sunlight as you want, but it will never end, because the resource, this is a natural resource and it is unlimited. So inexhaustible resources, natural resources, are those resources which are present in unlimited, okay, amount. Then air, water, rainfall, then clay, sand, all of these are unlimited in nature. So we classify them as inexhaustible natural resources. I think this is clear. So if you look into these photographs, just look at the first photographs. They are showing sun, and the next is water. That means these two are example of our inexhaustible natural resources. That is, these are present in unlimited amount. Okay. The next is exhaustible natural resources. So what will be the exhaustible? If you just think, inexhaustible means those which are unlimited. So exhaustible means those who are limited. Obviously the opposite, right? So these resources are present in limited quantity in nature, and if you use these in huge quantity, so what is the chance? There is a chance that after a period of time, certain period of time, they will decrease in the number by human activities. So all the natural good things we are destroying, right? All forest we are doing deforestation, all type of animal we are killing, right? We are doing the helping the global warming. So everything, every harm to the nature is caused by only human beings. So what are exhaustible natural resources? These resources are present in limited amount. So if we use this in bulk quantity, there is a chance that there will be the amount will be decreased day by day, and one day they will vanish, right? They will vanish from this earth. By whom? By the activity of human beings. So if I give example of this, the first is forest, right? You may have heard from your father or grandfather or grandmother, okay, during storytelling time, that in that time, for example, in your grandfather's childhood, there was big jungle over there. That means forest over there in your village, right? But in today's time, what is there? In your village locality, there is big building. No forest is there, no tree is there. Only big building, big road, big car. Okay, so that means we have harmed the nature. We have killed the forest, and we have started urbanization. Okay, so the next example if I give you is of wildlife. So again I am giving one very easy example. In your childhood, probably your grandfather or grandmother have shared with you some stories of tiger, lions. That means in their childhood they have seen tiger, okay, some horrific situation, right? But in present time what happens? You can see tiger only in zoo. That means we have harmed them as much as possible. This is why their number is now decreased. Okay. The next is petroleum, coal. So you have heard that every day the price of petroleum, there is petrol, diesel, okay, this is increasing. Why increasing? Because the demand is more, we are using more, but the source is limited, so the price is increasing. Okay, there are so many examples of it. These topics are very much interesting. Okay, if you just try to understand, it will become clear to you once. And I'll assure you that if you just listen this class properly, you will find these things very easy while reading. Okay, so one very clear example I am giving you. For example, you want to buy one shirt, okay, one red shirt. You want to buy one red shirt for one program in your school, okay, and there are two shops in your locality, okay. In one shops you have visited, he have 4 or 5 red shirt, but these are not totally red. These are, for example, check or some flower shaped, this flower printed. That's not completely red. Okay, that means their source is unlimited. They are having unlimited 3 4 many, but you will need only one, right? They are having more than you need, but this is unlimited, but the demand will be less because the design is not up to the up to your mark. In the next shop, when you visit, you will find that there is only one red shirt. Okay, and this red shirt is plain and simple. The way you wanted it, it was same, but the next moment you see 3 or 4 of your classmates are there and they also want to buy this red shirt. Now, for example, there is one shirt and 4 of you want to buy this shirt. Now what will happen? The shopkeeper will understand that this shirt is very much precious, very much important to all of you. This is why you want to buy it. So he will increase the price. Earlier, if the price is 100 rupees, now he will tell that the shirt price is 200 rupees. Because if you don't buy, the other person will buy. That means the demand is more. The demand of this shirt, one shirt is more. 4 person want to buy this. This is why the price is increasing. So similar case with the exhaustible natural resources, for example, petroleum, coal. The demand is more, so the price is increasing. Okay. So these are some examples of exhaustible and non-exhaustible natural resources. So what we learn in this chapter today, as this was the introduction class, so today we'll focus on our aim of this chapter. What we learn, okay, our goal. In this chapter, we'll learn about exhaustible natural resources such as coal, petroleum, and natural gases. So we'll mainly focus on coal, petroleum, and natural gases. All of these are exhaustible natural resources. So, what are fossils and what are fuels? We are telling that fossil fuels. Okay, what are fossil and fuels? The materials that are burned to produce power or heat energy are called fuels. For example, coal is a fuel because by burning coal we'll get energy and heat. Similarly, petroleum, by burning it we'll get energy and heat. So these all are known as fuels because by burning these we'll get power or heat energy. Okay. So now the question comes, what is fossils? It is also very easy. That is, the remains of dead plants and animals buried under the earth millions of years ago are called fossil. That means millions years ago what happened during the destruction of earth or some other activities, what happened, some animals and plants are buried under the land, that is the soil, and these are now transformed into fossil. So fossil are nothing but the dead remains of the past organism, animal or plants. Okay, so what is fossil fuel? Now combine these two. The fuels which you obtain from fossil, there is petroleum, coal, these are examples of fossil fuels. So one extra point we'll learn over here, there is exhaustible natural resources are of two types. One is renewable, another one is non-renewable. Okay, exhaustible means those whose source is limited, and it is also of two types. One is renewable, that means you can renew it, and another one is non-renewable. So examples are, what is renewable? For example, plants. If you cut plants, if you are cutting one plant, then you plant 10 plants, you do plantation of 10 plants. That means you are cutting one, you are harming one, but you are trying to grow up another 10 plants. So you are renewing it. This is known as renewable natural resources. Okay, what is non-renewable? If you are burning coal or petroleum, you cannot make petroleum. The way you can plant a tree, you cannot make petroleum in home or in any place. There are some sources, that plants which say that they will produce diesel, but the production is very less. Petroleum, coal you cannot produce by yourself. Okay, so these are non-renewable. You cannot renew these things. So there are two groups in exhaustible resources. One is renewable, another one is non-renewable. So these are very much important, and this chapter is very interesting. Okay, so today, as this is introduction class, I've given one rough idea about what is coal, petroleum and natural gas, what are the different types of it. Okay, in next class we'll discuss thoroughly about each group. For example, first we'll discuss about coal, then petroleum, then natural gas. All of these classes are very important. Don't miss any class. Watch the full video. If you face any problem, then text me or call me. Okay, so this is for today. You can ask your doubts now in WhatsApp. So thank you, students. This is for today.